10 of the 48 laws of power they mastered. Today we give you a detailed breakdown of 10 of the 48 laws of power Francis Frank White mastered. And if you want to be as powerful as he was, pay very close attention. Let's dive in. Never outshine the master. Law 1. Frank never allowed his underlings to overshadow him. Even when surrounded by lieutenants like Jimmy Jump, Lawrence Fishburne, he kept their loyalty by making sure they knew who was in charge. His charisma and authority demanded respect. Conceal your intentions. Law 3. When he returned from prison, Frank didn't immediately reveal his plan to take over New York's drug empire. Instead, he quietly met with allies and moved against competitors only after he had positioned himself. Say less than necessary. Law 4. Frank was calculated and laconic. In meetings with rival gangsters and politicians, he used short, powerful statements, letting silence and presence intimidate more than words could. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Law 5. Frank's reputation as ruthless but fair was his greatest weapon. Both his allies and enemies knew he would honor agreements, but also that crossing him meant certain death. Crush your enemy, totally. Law 15. Frank didn't leave enemies alive to regroup. When he moved against rivals, he wiped them out entirely, ensuring they couldn't come back for revenge. His takeover of New York's drug trade was swift and merciless. Court attention at all costs. Law 6. Frank lived flamboyantly, wearing expensive suits, showing up at elite charity galas, and buying influence in politics. He made sure the city knew who he was, reinforcing his larger-than-life aura. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Law 7. Frank used lieutenants like Jimmy Jump to handle the dirty work of killings and street enforcement, while he maintained the image of the sophisticated boss, the King of New York. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Law 8. Frank positioned himself as the central figure of power. Politicians, mobsters, and even cops had to come to him. He lured rivals into meetings where he held the advantage, controlling the terms of engagement. Win through actions, never through argument. Law 9. Frank didn't waste time arguing with rivals. Instead, he made bold moves, buying loyalty with money, showing force when needed, and letting his actions prove he was untouchable. Plan all the way to the end. Law 29. Frank's grand plan wasn't just about drugs. It was about legitimacy and legacy. He sought influence in politics, hospitals, and communities, aiming to transition from feared gangster to respected kingpin philanthropist, showing his long-term vision. Frank White embodied a strategic gangster leader archetype, balancing ruthlessness with vision, using fear and respect in equal measure, and mastering Robert Greene's laws to dominate New York.